your hand if you can hear me. Anyone here? Okay, good. Thank you. Like I said, I tell you every week, I have my laptop here so I can kind of see everybody. And actually, I'm going to fix this so I can kind of see what's going on up here too. All right, there we go. Okay. So let's come into our comfortable seated position. And just settle in here. You can close your eyes. And just start to scan your internal landscape. How are you feeling? Take a scan through your body, see how you're feeling internally. If there's anything nagging at you or any thoughts that are coming up right now. And don't judge, just explore. And we'll start to follow our breath in and out. Just notice the breath as it comes in through the nose, travels over the vocal cords, fills the chest and fills the belly. And then watch it again as it travels back up and out. And as you continue to do that, sit up nice and tall. Start to root down through your sit bones and feel the crown of your head rise up toward the sky. Take your shoulders up to your ears, take the shoulders back and down. Relax your jaw and soften your temples. And just come back to the breath. And just notice as you breathe in, on the inhalation, our belly softens, right? We just inhale and the belly's nice and soft. And then as you exhale, engage your abdominals a little bit. Draw the navel in and up. So we're going to work a lot on that today. We're going to work on some twists and a little bit of core. Just to really engaging the abdominals. So let's work on that with our breath. So take a breath in with the belly nice and soft. And as you exhale, just notice what happens here when you draw the navel in and up. We'll do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Just keep flowing through your breath. And let's take our hands behind our ears. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw the hands toward each other, taking the thumbs right between your eyebrows, collecting your thoughts. Breath in here. Exhale, offer your thoughts to your heart. Do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, collect your thoughts, quiet your mind. Inhale. Exhale, offer your thoughts to your heart. And one more time, inhale. Exhale. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, take our thoughts to our heart. Bow your head towards your heart. Stay here for a breath. And then we'll take our hands down onto our legs. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Just take your arms out, interlace your fingers. And we're going to turn the palms out. And then reach your arms up and overhead. So if you need to, you can use a strap here. If you have tight shoulders, I know sometimes, most of the time we do this with a strap. We're going to do something a little bit different today though. So if you need to use a strap here, go ahead. Otherwise, we have the palms facing up toward the ceiling. And we're still drawing that navel in and up as we exhale, and softening as we inhale. Then we're trying to really lengthen through the rib cage. Rooting down through the sit bones and rising up through the heels of the hands or your strap. Take the shoulders down away from your ears. See if you can lengthen, really open up the sides of the body, sides of the waist. And then bring the hands down, all the way down. And we're going to switch our legs around. So bring the other leg in front. Now we're going to interlace our fingers the opposite way. So it's going to feel very weird, right? We're used to always doing it the same way. And take the palms out in front. You can use your strap though if you'd rather use your strap. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Lengthen through the side body. Try to open up through the rib cage as you root the sit bones down. Take your chin to your chest. One more breath, reaching up, shoulders down, and then bring the hands down all the way and just release. Okay. So now we're just going to twist over to the right. Take your left hand onto your right knee and your right hand will come behind you. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine, and exhale, twist. Inhale. You can even use that back hand to get a little bit more length, and as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. So holding onto this knee, you can maybe twist deeper. So we're twisting through the thoracic spine. So we're trying to get that left rib cage over toward the right knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And then we're going to come back to center. And we're going to do that on the other side. So we're going to twist over to the left, taking our right hand on our knee and our left hand behind us. Or on your leg if it doesn't reach on your knee. Inhale, lengthen nice and long. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, grow your spine long. Really press. Maybe you're on your fingertips of the left hand. See if you can get your spine a little bit longer. And then as you exhale, draw your navel in and up and twist. And then come back to center. We're just going to go with our breath. So inhale, over to the right, exhale, twist. Inhale, over to the left, exhale, twist. And just go with your breath a few more times. Inhale, exhale, twist. And then come back to center. Exhale, nicely twist. And one more time each side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, over to the left. And exhale and twist. And then carefully come on back to center. All right, now we're going to take our legs out in front. Flex your feet. Your hands will just come down by your sides. Maybe you tense your fingers, or if you need to, you can put some blocks underneath your hands. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're just going to kind of pump the quadriceps. So we're going to draw the quads up toward our hips. So it's just a little bit of movement. We're just waking up the legs. And that's all it is. We're just kind of pumping the quads. We're just going to feel that activity. Going to slightly bend the knees, draw the quads up. Let's do that one more time. And then let's relax. Bring the soles of our feet together for Baddha Konasana. So if you need to, if you're not already sitting on a blanket, you might want to sit on a blanket. And you can hold on to your ankles. And you can also, if it feels better, to put some blocks underneath your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, just take your chin towards your chest. This helps relax our nervous system. Draw the shoulders down and away. Soles of the feet are together. And then carefully bring your legs up We're just going to come on to our hands and knees. And from here, stack your shoulders over your wrists, stack your hips over your knees. And then as you exhale, take your tailbone towards your knees, push the floor away from you, look up at your belly button. Inhale, turn your tailbone toward the sky. Let the belly gently drop toward the mat and then reach the crown of the head up. And let's flow through that a couple times. Exhaling to cat pose. Inhaling to cow. And just go through that a couple times at your own pace. One more. Come back to neutral spine. And let's take our right arm. We're going to slide the right arm underneath our chest, coming onto the right shoulder and your right ear. If it's hard for you to get your head down, you can put it on a block. And just stay here. Just opening up the chest, coming into a twist. You can take your left hand up and overhead, and maybe even spread your fingers wide and press into your mat to get a little bit of length there. Or even take your hand over into a half bind, over to your right hip. And then come on back, hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll do that on the other side. Just slide the left arm underneath, come onto your left shoulder. Use a block or a blanket underneath your head if you need to. Your right hand can stay right tented in front of your face, or maybe take the hand overhead. Or if you want to, you can take your hand over to your left hip. And then come back onto your hands and knees. And let's have a seat. Take your legs out in front. So we'll do the hip series. And then we're just gonna go through the hip series, and then we'll come into our standing poses. And also, I know somebody asked last week, if you don't already know how to do this, you just if you want to have only me on the screen, just put it on speaker. I think it's called speaker view or something like that. And then you can pin that to your screen, and then you don't have to have all the other squares. So if you haven't already done that, it's something you can do. All right, so from here, let's just come down onto our backs. We'll take our feet out to the edge of our mat or to a wall if you have one. And we're going to reach the arms overhead. Hook your thumbs together. Flex your feet so your toes are drawing towards your shins. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, push your feet away. Reach your fingertips toward the top of your mat. Draw your navel in and up so we're engaging the abdominals. Inhale, release. We're going to hook the thumbs the other way. Exhale, press and reach. Inhale, switch the thumbs to the other way. Exhale, stretch. Inhale. Exhale, stretch and reach. And then release. All right, let's take our strap. We're going to take the strap around the right heel, just in time, well, kind of just above the right heel. So if you have your loop, you can have the loop and just hold on to it with your right hand. Or if you don't have a buckle, you can hold on with both hands. Right hand's on the right side, left hand's on the left, and we lock the shoulders down. The left leg is extended. Toes are flexed, so if your left foot's at a wall, you're pressing into your wall. And right now we can all just keep, if you have a loop, you can just take your left hand onto your hip. And we're going to flex through the foot. The toes are going to draw towards your shin. We're going to pull the strap down as we press our heel into the strap. So we're really trying to jam that hip bone, the femur bone, into the socket. And we're pressing that right femur bone away from our chin. The left leg is extended nice and long. And just breathe here. So now we're going to take the strap into our left hand, but keep the right heel above your right hip. Take your right thumb into your right hip crease and push that right hip away. And we'll take the low belly toward the chin. And even there, as we breathe in, we let the belly kind of soften, and as we exhale, we draw it in and up. We're pressing that right thigh bone away from our chin. And the low belly draws in and up. Now keep your right thumb where it is. We're going to take the heel over in line with our left shoulder. We're still pressing that right thigh away from us. The left leg stays nice and long. Low belly draws in and up. Maybe you can lock that left shoulder down. So if you don't have the buckle, if you don't have the loop, both ends of the strap are in your left hand. Okay, now you can stay here, or if you want to take this a little bit farther into a twist, we'll take that right leg all the way over, or just go where you can. It doesn't have to come close to the floor. Mine does not get very close to the floor. But we're going to go a little bit deeper into the outside of the legs. We're getting into the IT band area. Pressing through your left leg. That left leg still stays nice and long. And we're taking the leg over into this IT stretch. And a little bit of a twist. Now using your core strength, bring your leg up. And we'll remove the strap. And just take your right leg to the edge of your mat. And just notice the right leg from the left leg. How does that feel? And then we'll switch sides. So the strap will come around the left foot, just above the heel. And either the right hand's on the right side and the left hand's on the left, or you've got your loop. We're going to do some other stuff with the loop a little bit later. But it doesn't matter. There's other things we can do if you don't have a loop. All right, so let's flex the foot. Draw the toes toward the shin. We're pressing that left thigh bone away from our chin. And the low belly draws in and up. Really try to pull that left femur bone into your socket as you press your heel into your strap. Now keeping your heel where it is, we're going to take our right hand over to both ends of the strap or in the loop. Left thumb's going to come into your left hip crease, so we're going to push that left hip away. We're still pulling down, so the right shoulder is going to draw down toward the floor. But we're trying to get a little bit of traction in the low back by pressing that left thigh bone away. And then we're going to take that left heel over in line with our right shoulder. The left thumb's still in the left hip crease, pressing that left thigh bone away. Using your breath, still breathing in. And as we exhale, we draw in and up. Locking that right shoulder down toward the floor. And then we're going to take the leg all the way over, if that feels okay. And so you don't have to worry about your thumb and your hip crease. That left hip's going to pop way up. And you can keep that right leg long. Flex through your foot. You're going to notice what's going on. Now use your core, pull that leg up. And we're going to remove the strap from that foot, and we're going to switch back over to the right. The strap's around the right foot. We're going to hold into our both ends of the strap are either in your right hand, or we're going to hold onto our loop. Left hand now is going to be on your left hip bone. Flex through both feet. Keep that left leg long, and now we're going to open the right leg out to the right. You might want to put a block or a blanket underneath your right hip to support your leg. And just let the outer edge of your right foot come parallel to the floor. Let me scoot over. Draw that left hip down toward the floor. Flex through your foot. Really pull on the strap as you push in the strap. And that left leg is nice and long. We're getting the internal rotation of the left thigh. And then draw your navel in and up. Use your core strength to bring that leg up. And we'll switch over to the left. So both ends of the strap in your left hand, or you're in your loop. The right leg extends long. And then we're going to carefully lower the leg out to the left. Maybe putting a block or a blanket underneath your left hip. Right hand is on your right hip bone. We're pulling that hip toward the floor. And then the outer edge of your left foot is parallel to the floor. Draw your navel in and up, engaging the abdominals. One more breath. And then using your core strength, bring that leg up, and we'll remove the strap. And take that foot to the floor, to the edge of your mat. We can put the strap over to the side for right now. And again, notice both legs. Okay, let's bend our knees. We're going to slide the right foot over to the right and take the right knee in toward our left foot. So this is your internal rotation. You may want to stay here or see if you can take your left foot onto your right thigh. Now we check our alignment. Is our right knee in line with our right shoulder? Lower back down. Your hands can just stay down by your sides, or you can take your right arm overhead and take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale and exhale, lengthen. Maybe drag your heel down your right thigh. Inhale and exhale, lengthen. One more breath. And then we'll release that side, uncross, both feet back on the floor. We'll set up for the other side. Left foot's going to slide over, the knee will drop in towards your right foot. Maybe this is enough for you, or you can take your right foot onto your left thigh. If that's too much, though, just listen to your body. If it's too much, don't put your foot on your thigh, because it could be a pretty intense stretch. Or you can always put a block underneath your knee. And then we check our alignment. Is our left knee in line with our shoulder? We lower back down. We'll take our left arm overhead if you'd like, and take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And get that nice long line, right from your left knee up to your left fingers. Maybe even dragging your right heel down your thigh. And then we'll release, uncross, square off your hips if they kind of get moved around. We'll let our right knee drop over to the right and slide the right foot behind our left heel. This is our external rotation. So check in here. You can leave your left foot where it is, or maybe take your left heel in front of your right shin. Or maybe take your left heel on your right thigh and let your left knee drop out. Hands can stay on your hips, or you can reach your arms overhead. Low belly towards your chin. Breathe here. And notice what's going on with your breath here. Same thing, we've got a couple, just a couple moments to just really focus on the breath here. Make sure you're engaging, drawing the navel in and up, giving nipple length as you exhale, softening as you inhale. And let's switch sides. So uncross, left knee drops out, we slide the foot over behind the right heel. Stay here with your right foot. Maybe take it into Sukhasana, crisscross legs. Or you could take it into double pigeon with the right foot on your left thigh. And then hands can stay by your sides or again overhead. Low belly draws in and up. Just breathe. Check in here. How does this feel in your hips? And then let's slowly come out of this. Square off your hips. Take your legs to the edge of your mat. And just stay here for a breath. That's my dog. I don't know if she's barking. Molly. All right, bring your knees up into your chest. And do what feels good here. Maybe it feels good to rock side to side. Maybe take a happy baby. And then bring your knees back into your chest. And let's come over to one side and make our way onto our hands and knees. All right. So from here, oh, you know what I want you to do? If you have a blanket or just a towel or really a pillow, let's put it back behind us. We're going to use it for down dog for a little bit today. So come into all fours, and then we're going to lift up and we're going to bend the knees, kind of like we always do. Bend the knees, keep the heels high for right now. Wiggle your chest to your thighs, and then lower your heels to the blanket. So it's going to be a little bit more accessible. It might actually feel really nice. Spread our fingers wide, look towards your knees. You can even bend one knee and press the other foot a little bit into the mat, into your blanket, and then switch. Just go with your breath a couple times. Okay, so now come back so your heels are pressing into your blanket. And then we're going to draw the navel in and up and kind of round the back and shift forward to plank. Now you can always put your knees down onto the floor. Otherwise you're in plank. Either way, pushing the floor away. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your navel in and up, and we're going to come back to our down dog. You press your heels to the blanket. Inhale here. Exhale again. Round your back, shift forward to plank. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale, pull in and up. And you can do this again on your hands and knees. If you want to just come from child's pose to modified plank. One more time. Round your back, come forward to plank. Inhale. Exhale, strong core. Draw the navel in and up. And then come to down dog. And then come onto your hands and knees and take child's pose. Knees will go wide, toes together. Take your arms out in front. We'll make it an active child's pose. And then walk your hands back. Come on up. Just sit up on your heels. You can just kind of place the backs of your hands on the mat to kind of stretch out the wrists a little bit. And then we're going to come back to downward facing dog, with or without your blanket. Look towards your hands, walk your feet and your hands toward each other. You come into a forward bend. Keep your knees soft. You can let your arms just dangle toward the floor. You can hold on to your opposite elbows. Take a breath in here. And a big, loud exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Let everything go. Let it just all go. And one more time, breath in. And a big, loud breath out. Just feel the weight of the world releasing from your shoulders. Take your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. Okay, so we're in Tadasana. We're going to step our feet wide. Keep your blocks nearby. We have a block out toward our, start with our left foot as the front foot. So we're going to turn the left toes out and the right toes in. So our feet are on the same plane with the left heel intersecting the right arch. Extend your arms out. We'll start with our right hand onto our hip, and we're going to reach out over and take our hand onto our block. So as we press into the block, we're going to stack the right shoulder over the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, try to stack that right shoulder over your left. We're going to take our sacrum toward our back heel, and we still draw the low belly in and up. So we can even use this right hand to try to move the torso toward the sky. So we're trying to get the left rib cage toward the right. So this is a twist, right? We're going to try Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, exhale, and you can decide what you want to do with your gaze. You can gaze down at your left foot, maybe just look at your screen, or even if it feels okay with your neck, look up at your ceiling. One more breath. And then come all the way up. And we're going to switch our feet around. So now the right toes will turn out, the left toes will turn in. Move your block over. We'll start with our left hand on our hip and reach up all the way up. And then take the hand on your block. So same thing, we want to get the left shoulder over the right. Tailbone presses down toward that back heel. And the low belly draws in and up. Try to get the right rib cage toward the left. One more breath. Take our pubic bone toward our navel and the sacrum toward our back heel. And then we're going to come all the way up. Now we're going to do that again. Switch the feet around. Arms extend out. Reach out over your front foot. We're going to take our hand on our block again. Now this time, maybe you can extend your right arm up to get a little bit more length. Press into your left hand as we reach up through your right hand. And then find your gaze. Maybe it's up at your thumb, or just straight across, or down at your foot. We're taking the sacrum toward that back heel. And the pubic bone toward our belly button. And the back rib cage toward the front rib cage. So really getting that twist here. And rooting down through the soles of your feet, come all the way up. And we switch to the other side. So just turn the toes around. Right toes are pointing out toward the top edge of your mat, the left toes are pointing in and up. Arms extend out. Inhale, exhale. We're going to reach out. The left hand, right hand is going to come onto our block. The left hand is going to extend up. Or you can always stay right here. If that feels better, to keep it on your belly or your hip. The idea is the same. We're really trying to get that twisting action here. Lots of twists today. Good for the digestive system. It helps build the core. One more, press down into your block, reach up, find your gaze. And then strong legs come all the way up. And then turn your feet to face the front, step your feet together. Coming to Tadasana, take a breath here. All right. So let's take our right foot forward and our left foot back. We'll have our blocks framing our right foot. Now, if you want to, you can always use a chair here. We can use our blocks. I know we've been using the blocks for a long time. So, okay, we're going to stand up nice and tall. Bring your hands on your low back. Bring the elbows toward each other. Take your low belly in and up. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart. And then as we exhale, hinge forward. And we take our hands down onto our blocks. So we want to keep the chest lifted. So that's why I like the blocks here, so we don't tend to round down too much. We're going to keep this, especially for today, we're going to keep the chest lifted, draw the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, draw that right hip back and press the left hip forward. Inhale, lengthen, keeping the hips nice and square. So try not to let that right hip pull back too much. I'm going to push that right hip forward. We pull the left hip back. Squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Broaden across your collarbones. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Draw that left hip back. And then come all the way up, hands on your hips, and we'll switch legs. All right. Square the hips here. Hands can come even toward the low back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Get that lift in the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the chest lifted. We're hinging from the hips, and we'll just take our hands down off our blocks. Draw the left hip back. Press the right hip forward. And if you have tight hamstrings, you can always put a slight bend in your knee. Work on keeping the chest lifted. So we don't want to round down so much today. We want to keep the chest lifted and keep the spine long. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Pull that left hip back. Take your hands on your hips, root down through your feet, come all the way up. Step your feet together. And take a breath into Tadasana. Okay, so we're going to add on to that. So the right foot will come forward, left foot back. Again. So we can take, you can have a block. I know we always do it on the inside of our foot. We're going to go do Pavarita Trikonasana, twisted triangle. So we'll do it 2 times. So let's try it for the first time with the block on the inside of our foot. So we can have our right hand on our hip, and we're going to inhale the left arm up. And as we exhale, take your hand down onto your block. You may need to move that left foot over a little bit. Then we start to turn the belly button toward our right leg. So we're starting to stack our right shoulder over the left. We're adding the twist here. Drawing that right hip back. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So right now the right hand's on our, kind of on the sacrum on your hip. We're adding this twist. This is a pretty intense twist. Inhale, exhale, draw your navel in and up, and twist. And then if you want to add on, you can take your arm up. If that feels okay with your shoulders, otherwise you can just leave it on your low back. One more breath. And then we're going to come all the way back out. So the hand can come on your hip, root down through the soles of your feet, come up, and we'll switch sides. So again, we'll start with this block on the inside of the foot. Both hands on our hips. Extend your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, take your right hand onto your block. Keep your left hand on your hip for right now. We're going to start to stack the left shoulder over the right. Draw that left hip back. Press your right hip forward. Check in here. How does this feel? If you feel okay, stay here. Or maybe you want to extend your left arm up, especially if it's challenging with your shoulders. So listen to your body. Inhale, and you can find your gaze here. Maybe just look straight across your room, or you can look up at your thumb. And then take your hand on your hip. We'll come all the way back up and step your feet together. And take a breath. All right, so now we're going to do it again. Right foot will come forward, left foot back. This time, if you want to try this, you can take your foot to the, or your block to the outside of your foot, or if you're comfortable with it where it was, stay there. And maybe you can even try taking the block a little lower for some of you who have been doing this for a while. All right, take a breath in. Left arm reaches up. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist over to the outside of our foot, if that's okay with your body. Otherwise, leave it where it was. Or maybe you can even take your block a little bit lower. Some of you might not even need a block. Inhale. Exhale, twist. So just like in triangle, we're trying to take that left rib cage toward the right for our twist, stacking that right shoulder over the left. And then maybe extend your right arm up. So this is a little bit more challenging going to the outside of the foot. So find your gaze. It might feel better just to keep your gaze down at your hand, your left hand. Or maybe if it's okay, you can look up at your right thumb. Try to really get that right hip to come forward and your left hip to go back. Because it really, I'm sure, is even mine, is my left hip wants to come forward in this pose. And then take your right hand on your hip, come all the way up. Take a breath. That's a deep twist. Now we're going to switch. Left foot forward, we're going to take the block. Now again, if you want to just keep it here or just take it over to the outside of your left foot. Hands on your hips, square off your hips. We'll inhale the right arm up, get nice and long. And as we exhale, we're going to take the hand on our block. Wherever it is, on the inside or the outside of your foot. Take a breath here to check in. And then exhale, we add that twist. So we start to stack the left shoulder over the right. The left kidney draws into the body. The right kidney. And we add that twist. And your left shoulder stacks over your right. And then check in again with your left hand. You can keep it on your hip or maybe extend your arm up. Drawing that left hip back. Pressing your right hip forward. So a little bit deeper into this twist. And then slowly come on back. Step your feet together. And take a breath here into Tadasana. All right. Okay, so we can put the blocks over to the side. Now let's get our strap. We're going to do Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you want the strap about, if you've got a loop, about the length of your, right here, the chest. If you don't have one, it's fine. You can just have your arms overhead. If you do have a loop, we're going to make a figure 8 and take this is a new trick taught by my teacher. We're going to make a figure 8. And again, if that's kind of cumbersome, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make that big of a difference. So figure 8, and I'm going to turn this way. All right, so we're going to just come into a lunge for right now. So let's take our right foot forward and our left foot back with the heel up. So the right knee is bending over the front knee, and the left heel's back and the heel's up. And then we're going to reach our arms up and overhead. So we're just kind of pulling out to the strap, right? The right wrist is pulling out and the left wrist is pulling out. Either way, or you're holding on to your strap, or if you don't have a strap, arms just come overhead. Then we're bending through that left knee, and then we're taking the low belly up toward our chin. So we're drawing the navel in and up. Inhale, exhale, draw the navel in and up. Exhale, soften the belly, and then pull out on the strap. One more breath. And then bring your arms down, step your feet together, take a breath here. Now we'll step back with the right leg. The heels up right now. We're gonna do, this is a warrior one variation. We'll do the full pose next. So we're bending the right knee, arms will come up and overhead. Take the shoulders down, away from the ears. Take the navel in and up. So the more you take the navel in and up, the more you're gonna get that stretch in your psoas. One more breath. And then bring the arms down, step your feet together. All right, take a breath. So now we're gonna do the full pose. We're gonna do warrior one. So let's take the left foot back, right foot forward. But this time we're gonna keep the heel down on the floor. Hips square off to the front edge of our mat. We're gonna bend deeply into our front knee. So there's a little bit more activity in this leg. We're really rooting down through the outer edge of our left foot. And then reach your arms up and overhead. And deeply into your front knee. Take your left shoulder forward and your left hip forward. Float the shoulders down and back. Low belly draws in and up. Really root down to the outer edge of your back leg in your foot. And it's the outer edge of your back foot, and the leg is nice and strong. And then we'll step the foot up, arms come down. Right leg's gonna go back, the heels down. We bend deeply into our front knee. Root down to the outer edge of your right foot, and then take your arms up and overhead. Pressing the foot down into your mat. Draw your quadricep up towards your hip. Take that right shoulder. The strap. Just pull out the right wrist to the right and the left to the left. Activating the shoulders. Low belly towards your chin. And then you can bring your arms down, step your feet together, please come to Tadasana. And now we'll turn lengthwise on our mat. You can keep your strap here. Actually, you can, if you want to undo that figure eight, or if you like it, it's fine. Actually, no, that's not true. We're gonna do it behind, we have to undo it. We're gonna take it behind our hips. So same idea. You don't have to have that figure eight, that's just gonna be here, or you can hold on to your strap. All right, we're gonna take our feet nice and wide. Toes are pointing slightly in. So we've got the strap here, we're pulling out. Feet are wide, toes are in. Take your hands down slightly, just kind of slightly below the buttocks. Draw the shoulders together. And then as you exhale, come forward. Take the arms, just go where you can. Maybe this is as far as you want to go, just stay here. Or maybe you can go a little bit farther and reach the arms up and over. Draw your kneecaps into your thighs. You can let the crown of your head drop toward the mat. Arms reaching up and over. And then slowly come all the way back up. You can remove the strap. Put it over to the side. Okay. So hands are on our hips. We're going to keep our legs the way they are. Toes are slightly in, heels out. Bring your hands back towards right back toward the low back, toward your butt, top of the buttocks. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep your legs active. We're gonna hinge forward just like we did. So just come halfway, keep your hands on your hips. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, take your hands down, maybe on your block, 2 blocks, or some of you might be able to take them all the way down onto the mat. Or you can even, if you have a chair handy, you can always have them on a chair, but I know most of you can take them on a block. So even here, the chest is lifted for right now. Draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, come all the way down. Maybe even take your forehead on your block. Slide your hands in line with your feet. Now walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. We'll take our left hand underneath our nose, maybe on your block. And again, the block has 3 heights, so you can always take it on the high height. We're going to start to twist over to the right. So we'll start with our right hand on our low back, and we're twisting over to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stack the right shoulder over the left. And then maybe extend your right arm up. Inhale, grow your spine long. Exhale, we try to get that left rib cage toward the side wall, toward the short edge of our mat. And if you want to, you can take it into a half bind, taking your right hand over to your left hip. Maybe even taking your left hand over to your right ankle. And then here's where you can maybe just draw your heart towards your thigh. Really pull on your ankle to draw your chest towards your thigh. And then we'll come back to center. Both hands underneath our shoulders. And then we'll take the right hand underneath our nose. And the left hand can come onto our hip, and we're going to twist over to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And if you want, you can extend your left arm toward the sky. Inhale, take the crown of your head toward the front of your, I guess it's the long edge of your mat, your tailbone toward the other side. And then maybe take your half bind. You can take your left hand over to your right hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. You can stay right here or take your right hand over to your left calf or your ankle. Pull your body toward your leg. You're going to feel that in your hamstrings as well, where we're adding that twist. And then go ahead and come on back. Heel toe your feet in a little bit. Take your hands onto your hips. All the way up. And step your feet together. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. We're going to do a balance with a twist. So you can always, if you have a chair handy, you can always have your chair nearby to help you. Some of you might not need, you know what, keep your strap nearby too. I'm going to give you some options here. Let me demonstrate first, and then we've done this before. So we're going to do, we're going to come into Tadasana, starting here. And then we're going to hug the left knee up. Right, so we're hugging it up. So this is where you might need your chair here. You can hold on here. Option 1, stay right here. We're going to hold it here. So this is a balance, right? I'm already wobbly. Inhale and exhale. So you can stay right here. So the other options would be to add the twist. You can keep your knee bent, take your right hand onto your knee, and just take your left hand over to the low back and twist. Or maybe extend the left arm. Now some of you might be able to take a hold of your big toe. I don't do, my hamstrings don't really like that very well. So what I could do is I could use my strap and extend my leg out and add the twist. So let's do that together. All right, I know some of you are probably doing it with me, but let's just all do it together. So you've got your options here. Keep them all nearby. Start in Tadasana. Take a breath in. And we're gonna hug the knee up. Wind relieving pose. So you could just stay right here. Flex your foot, hug the knee up, maybe use your chair for balance. Or if you want to start to explore, with the knee bent, you can start to add the twist. Throws in a lot more balance here. Check in here. Maybe you want to take your strap. For those of you who can get a hold of your big toe, your hamstrings like that, go for it. Find your balance. So this standing leg is really active, right? But we're also adding that twist. Flexing through the lifted leg if the leg is extended, and then add your twist. I'm gonna take a look at you, don't stop. Inhale, lengthen, good. Some of you have nice open hamstrings. Exhale, twist. And then slowly unwind, come on back to center. If you need your chair, move it over to the other side. All right. So we're going to root down through the soles of our feet, starting in Tadasana. So finding our balance, always establishing our foundation, especially when we're going into balances. So root down, find your foundation. So we're going to root down through this left foot and hug the right knee up. Breathe here. And this may be enough for you. Stay right here. I'm a little wobbly. Breathe. Or start your twist. You can take your left hand onto the right knee and your right hand over to your left hip. And we're going to start that twist. So maybe this is it. Stay right here. This is a twist. We're balanced. I'm super wobbly here. Or maybe you want to get your strap, take it around your right leg. I've got my chair here. I could stay here to help my twist, or I can extend my right arm out. So again, what's going on with your standing leg? That's super strong. Draw your kneecap into your thigh. Really make that leg strong and active as we come into this twist and balance using our breath. One more breath. And then slowly come on back. Release. And then we'll just put my chair aside. Come back to Tadasana. You can even close your eyes and check in here. There's a lot of work, that pose, especially if you have tight hamstrings like I do. All right, let's take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, take an easy swan dive forward, chest, chin, forehead come down. And we're gonna step back into downward facing dog. You don't need your blanket here. We're just transitioning to a seated position. So, but this will feel nice. Maybe just take a nice stretch here. And then come on to your hands and knees. And have a seat. Take your legs out in front. This way. Hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna face this way. I think it'll be better. Okay, so we're gonna have our legs out front. And if you have a blanket, sometimes it's nice to sit on a blanket for this. We're gonna do several twists, several seated twists. So right now we're just gonna sit with the legs extended. And then we're gonna bend the right knee. And the left leg's gonna stay nice and long. Draw the kneecap into the thigh. Inhale, And as we exhale, we're going to take our right hand behind us and just take the elbow on the outside of wait a minute, I'm mirroring you. So so this is the right knee, take the left elbow to the outside and the right hand behind. So we're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist here. Inhale, and exhale. You can even bend that back elbow a little bit. And then come up. And we're going to switch sides. So extend the right leg, bend the left knee. Left hand's going to come behind you. So it looks like this from the back. You can even bend the elbow. And then we're going to take the right elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. And then come all the way back up. All right, so we're going to take both legs out and press. So we're going to go one breath, one movement with that. All right, so let's take the right knee up. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. I'll get us in the rhythm in a second. Inhale, come back and extend the leg. Inhale the left knee in. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come up. Exhale here. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. We'll do that one more time. You said inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And then come on back. And extend the legs. Oh, I'm just checking for time. Okay. So let's get our strap. All right. So lots of options here. So we're going to keep the right leg extended. We're going to bend the left foot, and you can either put it on the inside of your inner thigh. Again, this might be better to sit on a blanket a little bit, or just on the edge of a blanket. Okay, that's option one. Option two, you can bring the foot right on top of your thigh. Or some of you might be able to bring your foot into your hip crease and roll that knee up for half lotus. So wherever you can go with that is fine, okay? And for now, let's just all take I'm gonna do it with my foot on right above my knee. I'm gonna take my strap and put it over my ankle. All right, so we're gonna take the strap so it's behind our right hip. And then we're gonna take that right hand over to the left knee. So this is option one. Now we're gonna take our left hand and reach over and find the strap. Inhale, exhale, and then maybe twist over to the left. So if you want to take this a little bit farther, you can take your right hand and maybe hold on to your ankle or reach for your big toe. Or if your strap's long enough, you have a second strap, you can take it around your foot. So you're pulling on your strap behind your hip. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And then carefully unwind, release, and extend that leg out. Okay, other side. So again, option one, the foot just comes into your inner thigh. Maybe take it just onto your top of your thigh. Some of you might be able to take it into half lotus. My right foot can go into half lotus. This knee does not like it. See, this knee pops up even when I have my foot in my hip crease. This isn't a good candidate for lotus. So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to take my strap around my ankle. And I'm going to take the strap over right by my left hip. Okay, I'm going to twist over toward the right.
So my right arm's gonna reach around and find that strap. And the left hand's gonna come on my knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, add that twist. Inhale, and twist. And now you can add that the other arm. So you can either bring it just to your ankle, maybe some of you can reach your big toe, or you can, I have enough length on my strap where I can bring it around and use my strap here, or if you have a second strap or a towel nearby, or just hold on to your shin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And one more breath. Good. Oh, you guys look awesome. And then slowly come on out. Take both legs. Just come into Dandasana. Extend both legs out. Place your hands on the outer edges of your hips. Flex your toes towards your shins. Engage your legs. And breathe. Shoulders squeeze toward each other. And then release. And let's just come into child's pose again. So come onto your hands and knees. Take your arms out in front of you. Get a nice big stretch here. If your forehead doesn't touch the floor in child's, you can use a block. And then make your way onto your hands and knees. And take your legs out in front. We're going to just come right back onto our backs. Find a block or a pillow or something. If you don't have anything, it's fine, but we're going to lower onto our backs. And if you have a block or a pillow or really anything, you can put it between your inner thighs. Arms are going to extend out. And then we're going to bring our knees over our hips. So we want something between our legs because we want to squeeze into that. So we're pressing the palms of the hands into the mat and actually into the floor because they're extended. We're going to inhale, exhale, take your knees over to the right. Keep that left shoulder down. Squeeze in it. Just only go as far as you can go. Don't worry about getting the knees to the floor. This is working the abdominals. And we're actually still twisting. So you drink a lot of water today. Inhale, squeeze into your block. Keep that left shoulder down. Exhale. And then bring the knees up. Using your core strength, bring them up. Inhale here. And then we're going to go over to the left. So again, just go where you can go. Don't worry about getting them so close to the floor. We really want to focus on keeping that right shoulder down. Inhale, squeeze into your block. Exhale. Sometimes it even helps to press your left hand into the floor. So you're going to get the leverage here. And then bring your knees up. And we're going to go with our breath. One breath, one movement. So inhale here. Exhale, twist over. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale here. Exhale. Use your core strength. Bring it up. We're going to do that 2 more times on each side. Inhale here. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale. Exhale. Over to the left. Hold it on the inhale. Exhale, come up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Hold it on the in. Exhale, strong core. Bring it up. Exhale to the left. Inhale. And all the way up. Hold it here. You can move the block aside. And hug your knees in. All right. Let's just bring the knees over our hips, and we're going to cross the right knee over the left. And you can hold on right below your knees and draw your knees in towards your chest. If you want, you can reach down for your ankles, draw the knees in. You can always take your knees slightly over to the left. And then we'll switch sides. Uncross, left knee's gonna come over the right, draw your knees up towards your chest, or slide the hands down towards your ankles. And we can take the knees slightly over to the right. And then bring your knees up, uncross. Place your feet down onto the floor. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. You can stay right here and gently press your right leg away, or lift the left foot off the floor, slide your right hand behind your left thigh, and draw your left knee in towards your nose. Use your right elbow to gently press that leg away. And you can even take your legs again over slightly to the left to deepen that stretch. Right into your piriformis. And then bring your legs up, uncross. Place the feet on the floor. We'll start here. So the left ankle will come over the right knee. And you can press your left leg away for those of you who want to stay here, or you can pick the leg up and clasp behind your right thigh. Left elbow can press away and draw that left knee in. Maybe even take your legs over toward the right. Getting right into that piriformis, that big muscle that passes over the sciatic nerve. And then bring your knees back up, uncross. Place your feet down. Take your arms out to the side. Let's scoot the hips over to the right. We'll take one last twist. You can cross your legs or not. You don't have to cross your legs. You just take an easy twist. We're going to take our knees over to the left. And the gaze can just be up at your ceiling or just maybe at your left hand as we cool down. And then bring your knees up, uncross, scoot the hips over to the left, press the left over to the right, and then take your knees over towards your right. Do whatever feels good with your neck. Just do whatever feels good. Then bring your knees back up. Uncross. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your forehead to your knees and give yourself a big hug. Squeezing into a tiny little ball. And when you're ready, we're going to find Shavasana. So whatever feels good for your Shavasana, you know a lot of the options. You can put your legs up on a couch or a chair. You're in your own home, so you have lots of options with that. Or you could just roll up a blanket or take a pillow and put it underneath your knees. Or just take your legs and extend them out. And then scan your body once you get comfortable. Scan your body and just notice if there's anything that you're still holding on to. Send your breath to those areas. And let it go. Relax your jaw, soften your temples.
And let your entire body just melt into the earth beneath you. And I will ring the chimes when it's time to come out. So just let everything go here and enjoy a well-deserved Shavasana. Begin to awaken your body. Start to bring movement into your fingers and your toes. Deepen your breath. Reach your arms overhead. Get a big stretch. When you're ready, make your way over to one side. Come up to a comfortable seated position. You can sit here for a few more breaths with your eyes closed. Notice how you're feeling. How are you feeling since you got on your mat this morning? Are you feeling a little more open? Maybe a little more energized? Maybe just a little lighter or happier? Let's take our hands to our heart center. Take this time to thank yourself for all these great things you're doing for your body, your mind, and your spirit. I thank you so very much for joining all of us this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste. You can unmute yourselves.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, everybody. To drink
Thank
some
you,
water.
Karen.
Did a
That's
lot of this, so
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really good.
I
Always
like
something
some of the
different.
new things we did today with the loop.
Yeah, that
You
was
like, oh, you like the different things with the loop? Yeah. Thanks.
Good.
Good. I'm just actually starting today. I'm doing another happy back yoga training with my teacher, Rachel. But this time she's in Israel, so it's all this Zoom and
Oh,
so
wow.
pressures. I'm gonna learn a lot of new cool stuff, and I'm really excited about it. And that's who I learned all of the tricks with the loops and all that from her. So I've been doing some programs. Now I'm in a full on training. So it'll be, I forgot how long. It's a little different now because she's not in, it's not face to face, but yeah, so I'll have some good stuff to
Great.
read.
All right.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you,
Good.
Karen.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
See you
weekend.
next. You
You
too.
Next week. Oh, I
Bye.
like the kitty.
Good.
Oh,
thank you.
I like seeing everyone's pets.
When I put my hand out, she thinks it's for her to rub her cheek against.
Oh yeah. When I was doing the warrior, when I was practicing it earlier with the strap I was doing it in my bedroom. Lily, my cat, was playing. She's like wrapping around the strap. It was hilarious. I was hoping she'd do it here because it'd be kind of funny to have on video. Yeah.
So cute.
Cute.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks everyone. I'll be here next week.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Karen.
bye.
Bye-bye.